What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Brawl. Well, if you'd like to stay up to date with boxing news, please hit that subscribe button. And if you've been here before, thanks for coming back. So Terence Crawford versus Shawn Porter only sold 190,000 pay-per-views. That's a bad number in boxing. And before the fight, Bob Arum was saying this fight is going to sell UFC type numbers. It's going to sell 500,000 to 1.5 million. Now, we all took that as, promoter talk, which nobody on earth thought this fight was going to sell 1.5 million. So, since Terence Crawford is having a trouble with selling pay-per-views, it's not necessarily his ticket sales. He always sells out everywhere he goes. Why not get him on the UFC? The UFC never has problems selling tickets. Never has problems selling pay-per-views. Because they know what they're doing. They care about the consumer. They stack the undercards. They tell you the story of the fighter. If I'm Terence Crawford, I'm calling Dana White and asking him, when McGregor comes back, can I be his tune-up? Because a lot of people don't know Terence Crawford has a history, has a background in wrestling. I believe he wrestled when he was a kid and in high school. And so he can handle himself in the MMA ring. He can box. He can switch southpaw, switch orthodox. He's smart in the ring. So he has a basis of where to start to fight in the MMA ring. Why not put him in UFC? And let's say McGregor is not available for whatever reason because, he broke his leg pretty bad. So I don't know how long that takes to recover. I don't know exactly how bad his leg is. But Terence Crawford against a TJ Dillashaw or a Dustin Porier. And excuse me, I don't really know the weights. I'm a casual MMA fan. So if these guys are too big or too small, my bad. But these are names I'm familiar with. Put them in the ring with these guys. You understand what I'm saying? Put them in the ring with somebody who the casual boxing fan the casual MMA fan is familiar with. This will be a great promotion. And UFC is already on ESPN, which was where Terence Crawford was being promoted. UFC owns all that footage, all his fights. Dana White can use that footage to promote the fight. Dana White could also promote this as boxing versus MMA. They could put hey, all my MMA guys have been going to boxing to fight and get the money and do this. This is the first boxer to come to MMA, a legit boxer, because James Toney was old by the time he went to MMA. But yeah, the first legit current champion to do the transfer, to go from boxing to MMA and take on one of my guys, he could promote that. Terence Crawford could be like, I'm here representing boxing. He could go that route. You know what I'm saying? And plus, Dana White hates Bob Arum. You don't think Dana White wants to put Terence Crawford on a pay-per-view, let's say he sells 800,000. I have no idea who he would put him in with and how the promotion would go, but I know UFC does good numbers. So let's say he promotes it into $800,000 buys. You don't think he can go to Bob Arum in the news and the public and go, that's how you sell a pay-per-view. That's how you promote a fighter. You know what I'm saying? The ESPN connection is already there. This was what makes it most beautiful about it. Whoever is a ESPN watcher is already somewhat familiar with Terence Crawford if they're a casual boxing fan. Or if they come across, if they were watching First Take when Max Kellerman was on there. Because all he was talking about was Terence Crawford. So they're familiar with the name. Dana White is the man for the job. After this, and also, you got to remember, his mandatory is taken care of. Shawn Porter was his mandatory. So he has a whole year where he don't have to fight a mandatory. You get what I'm saying? So while Errol Spence is either trying to unify with Ugas, or Ugas is in his WBA tournament, or Errol Spence needs a tune-up, or whatever it is, Terence Crawford is out there getting his name up. Because right now, the only thing that's preventing the mega fight from him and Spence happening is Terence Crawford's name is just not up there. And I'm a Terence Crawford fan. I am. I love him. He's in my top 5 pound for pound. That dude, his mentality, man, he gets me hyped when I watch him fight. But his name is not up there. So if he was to go to the UFC, he would not only gain respect from boxers and MMA fighters and boxing fans and MMA fans just for the simple fact of taking a risk. He's also going to get more familiar with people who didn't even know him. People are going to be like, these MMA fans are going to be like, wait a minute. This guy came from boxing and came to the UFC, and let's say he beats him because he has a wrestling background, and he has power. He can clip somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, this guy is entertaining. Who is this guy? When does he fight? I think this is the move to go. Go get that UFC notoriety. Also, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, yeah, but UFC don't pay their fighters, and to some degree, that is legitimate. You know, a lot of people say that. I've heard a lot of MMA fighters complain about their pay, and you know, you're not going to complain. Multiple people are not going to complain about something if it's not true. But you got to remember, Terence Crawford is not only a free agent, so he has that leverage, as well as he's signed with MTK Global. MTK Global are really good negotiators. Really good negotiators. So they could come to the table, present, you know, certain things to Dana White, explain what I'm explaining to them, how, you know, they're going to have access to footage. They're going to have access to they're going to be able to promote this as boxing versus MMA. You know what I'm saying? I think this is a great situations for both parties, especially Terence Crawford and Dana White. Dana White hates Bob Arum. He'll be able to say he was able to put on a show better than Bob Arum with Terence Crawford. How Terence Crawford is actually a draw if you promote him and do all this and do all that. I would love to see this Terence Crawford in the UFC just for a one-off. All right, guys, let me know what you guys think of my idea, man. I know it sounds a bit crazy, but I think it's something real interesting. Leave a comment in the comment section about what you think. Hit that subscribe button. And also, every Wednesday at 7 p.m., I go live. If you guys want to call in because you totally disagree, or call in because you agree with any video I ever make, Wednesday, 7 p.m., I take call-ins. Please show up, man. I love what I do, man. I love boxing. And if you guys show up, the more you guys show up, the more motivated I'll be to go live and make more videos. But all right, guys, till next time. Peace.